probably too early. People that's not working probably sleep right now. Well, I don't know. It's a lot of people out here. It's a lot of people out. Yo, what's that now? Can you hear me? Is it low, high? How the volume sound? I don't know how good y'all can hear me because it's kind of loud in this truck. Angel, what's happening? Yeah, we work. We just leaving the hospital. And so, I'll bump this down. Mark, what's up? Hey, man, look, this whole live about the conversation me and you had last night or yesterday or whatever. So, hey, we're gonna go back. Country Ghetto, what's happening? We're gonna go back a little bit, and hey, this gonna be my last video on this. But politics is a big part of the topic, so we'll go back to when Obama was the president, right? And you know, his big thing he preached about was health care. So, because a lot of people that couldn't get health care. Alright, a lot of people was against it. A lot of people pissed off and everything like that. Alright, this is why there was some pros and cons to this, right? Now, the pros is the fact that everybody was able to get health care because a lot of people, they just couldn't get health care, they couldn't get treatment like that. So he made an Affordable Care Act, which means you got insurance, but you got to pay based on what you make. When you're talking about Medicare, me, him, and everybody else who have a job is paying into that. And on my job, even though I'm paying into it, I cannot receive benefits from it. On retirement. Alright, my whole point of bringing it up is that was the pro to what he did. But the backlash of what he did was they said turn the radio back up. I always turn it down. But the downfall of that was he said we're gonna tax big businesses and we're gonna bring minimum wage up. But no, what's happening? And we're gonna bring minimum wage up to $15 an hour or whatever it is, right? Man, 19 in the house. 19 in the house. Alright. Like I say, they went to refresher. Where the pump at? Hey, Mar, where y'all at? Huh? Yeah. We. Huh? Oh. Yeah. So they said we're gonna tax big businesses. We're gonna bring minimum wage up. Blah blah blah. Right? Now, I don't have a problem with pre-plan. It sucks. Now I don't have a problem with minimum wages being brought up because everybody needs to be able to make a decent living. Now, do I feel like it needs to be the same amount of somebody who went to school or some type of school, trade school, college, whatever? Do I feel like it needs to be close to that amount? Heck no, because you haven't done nothing, you haven't sacrificed nothing to get in that position. I've made a lot of sacrifices. I've been up, stayed up all night, been up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning studying everything like that, falling asleep at work, about to get fired and all that type of stuff there. So a lot of people made sacrifices. So I don't feel like somebody who working a regular job that didn't have to do anything, sacrifice anything to get the job, I don't feel like they should be making the same amount of money as me. But I do feel like what they make should be enough for to have an okay living, to not just be working to pay a bill, to not be working just to pay a bill and you still don't have money to eat with, because that also have consequences. All right, now with that being said, you cannot say, hey, we're gonna bring minimum wage up to $15 an hour and we're going to tax these big corporations all this money. You got to have one or the other. You cannot have both. Because you think about it, if you own a business, anybody's listening, you got a business, and they saying, hey, you got to pay these people $15 an hour. Shucks. Freaking train, hold on. Hey, but you know the difference, Country Ghetto? You know what sacrifice you did? You went through some training to get your CDL. Then you had to train on the truck with somebody to learn how to perfect your craft. You made sacrifices. And when you're doing that, you get a small paycheck until the point where you get your own truck, and then you run your own truck and you slowly build up. That's the difference versus somebody who, and I ain't knocking these people. I ain't knocking these people at all. I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. Somebody who work at a grocery store, right? All you did was apply for the job and you got the job. Yeah, they're essential because everybody got to eat. But you haven't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, Country Ghetto, you made sacrifices to get your CDL. And the CDL ain't cheap. Because if you went through a trucking company to get your CDL, you sign a contract and you got to work with these people for a certain amount of time or whatever, you like, screw this, I'm leaving. You still responsible for the money. You see what I'm saying? You made sacrifices. These other people ain't made no sacrifices. Are they essential? Yes, they are. But I don't feel like they should make the same amount of money as you either. But like I was saying, you can't tax all these companies all this money and make them pay employees a high amount of money. Because let me see. All right, let me just do some calculations right quick. Cause you know I'm big on the numbers. So we'll do 15 hours. All right, 40 hours a week. 40, 80, 160. So $15 an hour times 160 hours a month. So $2,400 times 12 months. And it's $28,800, right? So you gotta think about somebody. Robert, what's happening? Somebody that have a pretty decent job or new career or whatever you want to call it, they probably only starting about $5,000 to $7,000 more than this. So you mean to tell me they made no sacrifices? I made all the sacrifices and they gonna make almost the same amount I'm making? It's crazy to me. But like I say, I still feel like they should get more money than what they get, but I don't feel like they should be making as close to somebody who made a bunch of sacrifices. But anyway, you can't tax these people, because if you're gonna tax them, you need to tax them a small amount of money. Because if you making me pay all these taxes because I got a big business, and you're going to make me raise minimum wages to $15, guess what I'm going to do? All right, cool. I'm finna cut all these people off. So if I got 200 employees, 100 of them out of a job overnight. Boom, y'all gone. So yeah, I'm gonna pay the 100 I got left $15, and I'm still pay you all them taxes. So now you got 100 people without a job. That's the backlash to it. Then on top of that, if you continue to put pressure on them, guess what they gonna do? They gonna pack up and they gonna leave, and they gonna be in China and everywhere else. So now those 100 people that was working, The other 100 people that was left, now they ain't got a job. And it just continues to happen over and over and over and over. You keep putting that pressure on these people, they just gonna pack up and leave. Now you got a lot of people who ain't got no job. So now the housing market is gonna crash. Because ain't nobody buying houses. All the jobs, these big industries left. Ain't as many people buying houses no more. Ain't as many people buying cars anymore. People still gonna buy this stuff, but you talking about on a large scale, 100, just say 75% was buying. Now you down to 30% buying. That's a huge hit. But it's a bunch of different things. That's 200 taxpayers that had a job. Now 200 taxpayers don't have a job anymore. Raise minimum wage, will cut people hours back even more. Facts. But on top of it, if they raise minimum wage and they wasn't hitting these people with all these high taxes, then they wouldn't have to cut out to lay people off. But you can't do both. It's got to be one or the other. You see what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, I would make these companies pay a smaller amount in taxes and raise minimum wages. Now I can still have my same stuff, and I can still continue to hire more people because I ain't paying an extreme amount of money. But if you hit me with an extreme amount of taxes, a lot of people finna be out of job. I'm finna let them go. Bluebird, what's happening? That's business. I'm finna let them go. You gotta think about this. Any person in the world that took their money out their pocket or got a loan from the bank or got investors or whatever the case to start a business, now you gotta put all your time and effort and sacrifice a lot of time out your life that you can never get back to start this business because your goal is you want to be rich. So you done sacrifice kids' birthdays, holidays, everything to try to build up this business. Now you build it up. Now you hiring people. You giving people jobs. Somebody who didn't have a job, now they have a job. And you continue to grow. And a lot of people say, well, these CEOs, they making all this money and blah, blah, blah. Look what sacrifices they made. You know what I'm saying? Hey, these people didn't sacrifice time, effort, money, holidays, kids' birthdays, and everything else to get in this position. And then after they get in this position, everybody want everything for them. From them. Alright. So those back people applying for them, those better paying jobs. Yeah. But like I was saying though, if these people are continuing to hire people, because this is what a lot of people don't know. When you hire people, you have to pay workers' comp on these people. You pay what's this crap they had me paying on my drivers? Oh man, I gotta look at the paper. I found the paperwork the other night. The state was sending me all kind of paperwork, like employee taxes. I don't know what the heck it was called. I gotta look through my paperwork. But these people already have to pay a bunch of stuff, and then if you got insurance, they paying money for that. Of course, you paying too, but they paying a whole bunch of stuff for you, and they still got to pay you a paycheck. So that's one person. You got to do that for every person. So, exactly, but no, exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of Pam for come mess with me. It's a lot of stuff that people don't know. A lot of people get mad and say, oh, these people getting rich off our backs and blah, blah, blah. They are, but guess what? At the end of the day, you need a job. You didn't make the sacrifice to start a business. They did. So how you going to get mad at them for sacrificing and provide you with an opportunity? It's crazy. It's like biting the hand that feed them. That's crazy. Now, I don't agree with nobody not taking care of their employees either. I don't agree with that at all. Because your employees are the reason you don't have to come in to work every day. So, you got to take care of your people. But like I say, when you keep hitting them with all these extreme amounts, say, well, middle class is the ones who suffer. True, because I'm middle class. Yeah, I suffer too. But when you put stuff in place like what Obama did with this Affordable Care Act, because now what happens is you don't have all these people on Medicare and Medicaid that ain't paying. Me, you, and everybody else working is the ones who's paying for this crap, and they go for free, and you can't. It's free to them, but it's costing everybody else. But when you got an Affordable Care Act, everybody that's on this insurance is paying. It don't matter if they paying a small amount or a large amount. They are paying. They're contributing to this. People that's receiving Medicare and Medicaid, they ain't contributing. I ain't gonna say everybody ain't, but most people ain't contributing. The average person ain't. But you do have a lot of people that are, you know, they probably work some minimum wage job, just say it's a female and her kids or whatever. She working a minimum wage job and she's on Medicare or Medicaid or whatever, what is what. She's still paying into it. So I'm not even talking about that particular person. I'm talking about people who abuse the system. Oh, the market sucks. Yeah, I'm still running whenever I see it. But other than that, my truck don't move. I'm just hoping everything get better too, because I'm ready to get back out on the road. But but that's all I was saying. Like, we have a lot of big industries that has shut down, like Jordans and just all these big places, right? These people packed up and left. You're not finna make me pay you. I don't know. Y'all out of job tomorrow morning. Don't even show up. We packing up and we moving to the Bahamas, wherever. We out of here. We finna go to China, Japan, or somewhere. So that's just what it is. All right. Well, you got, Trump saying, if these companies don't come back, he's gonna charge them 200% interest on import and export or whatever. Real big. What's happening? I will have to do some calculations, but hey, that's still profit out once every 3 months. They just make all these products in this factory or whatever, and every 3 months you get it put on a cargo ship and you shipped over here as one big unit. And I don't know if a lot of people probably hadn't seen cargo ships before, but those suckers are probably bigger than aircraft carriers, and most of them carry like 5,000 people on them. So, John, what's happening? But it's probably cheaper doing that than, having a business in the U.S. and, like I say, paying a lot of money in taxes and paying out on the sacrifice a lot of time with the family, and most importantly, they share the fruits of their labor with the employees. Exactly. And people don't get that. People get mad and say that, hey, these people are on vacation while I'm here working. You could be not working. You know what I'm saying? You could not. They could just keep their money to themselves, and you don't get a job or nothing for the job. Exactly. Company jumps to move out of the country could cause they should have to. But at the same time, the government, we gonna try to. When they get money brings on power so much, cause he's always had money. I think it's all about the power. Money brings power. Rockefeller family, Bill Gates, all it spells some. Oh, God dang, you can't have this one. Uh, but oh yeah, so I was saying that it's not at some point it don't even be about the money anymore. It's just about I want all this money, not because I need it or anything like that. I just know the more money I get, the more power I can have. I got complete control, and I can make whatever I need to make happen whenever I want, however I want. And that's the point it start getting to. So you gotta have the government to put regulations in place because people will get out of hand. And I think in turn, long run, if nothing ever happens, is no regulations in place, then they'll starve people out because they can. I'm in control. I got everything. You can't do nothing about it, so I'm gonna starve you out if you don't do what I tell you to do right now. That's just how it goes. Freaking bad comparison, but shoot, the mafia do the same thing. you know, uh, man. But we talking about the government. Hey man, it's a lot of crooked stuff that go on. You know, a lot of people don't realize a lot of things that I guess some of the foundation this country stand on is drug money. Like a lot of drug money. The presidents had stuff to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Reagan was one. It's a lot of things that people don't know about, bro. And it's not because they can't find out. People just don't. They don't study. They don't research this stuff. They don't know how things work. They don't know how business work. They don't know how the laws work. Like people really need to everything. The more you study something, you can get ahead of a lot of things. Like, oh man, I forgot the guy. Oh, oh, oh man, big real estate guy. Man, whatever this guy name is, uh, losing never win. Big was going to affect his business, and he said, I'm paying these people all this money, and if I don't let this, and this person go, there's other people employed. Yeah, man. The, if people about economics, well, some people probably learn in middle school, but in high school, you have economics classes, you have history classes. It's gonna happen again. History repeats. You know what's going on, but man, that's basically the whole point. I was methods are down. It's for you to live that lifestyle, house and all this other stuff because the CEOs use you could deal. You can either not have a job and complain stuff for motivation or leverage. You don't like how people doing things that they money. You start your own company, run it how you want to run it. That's what it is. You can't get mad about somebody else's company. Start your because I had 100% business. Hey man, I think we got the point across. My phone overheated, so I got to sit on some ice, so I gotta get off here.